Alright, this is Jason with the Primal Outdoors channel, and we're heading back into the desert here a little bit. See if we can find ourselves a new little place to camp. I'm in some area that I have never been into before. And right now I'm just kind of cruising around slow and kind of checking some area out. See if I can find a place to set up for the evening. We've kind of had high wind warnings, so I'm technically looking for something that's got a little bit of cover. So anyhow, just keep on driving around and checking the area out. Alright guys, so I think I found the spot where I'm going to camp tonight. It's not maybe as tucked in as I probably would like to be, but I'm also up here to do some landscape photography, and you can see behind me here, this is just a gorgeous view, so it'll be a great place to get the camera out and shoot some photos. Tonight we're going to be staying in my CVT, which is under this cover. You guys haven't seen this tent yet. Well, those of you that just follow me on YouTube haven't seen this tent. Those of you who follow me on Instagram and Facebook. In a future video, I'll go over this tent in much more detail, but hopefully you can see just how quickly you can deploy this tent. Alright, so that's all there is to it. It's as simple as that. Just find yourself a level spot, and couple minutes, and you got your tent erected and you're ready to go. On top of it, I already have my bedding and everything in here. My pillow, my sleeping bag, and here's my pillow, sleeping bag, and a wool blanket. So at this point, I'm done. Camp is set up. You know, I'm going to do a couple other things here, but mainly what I want to do is I want to take a few shots of this sunset before it completely goes away. I wanted to have a fire, and my light was fading fast, so it was no time for me to be monkeying around with hand saws. It was time to pull out the heavy equipment. In less than a few minutes, I had enough wood not only to last me the evening, but most of the next day. I'm pretty sure a chainsaw cost me some bushcraft woodcraft credibility, but later that evening, while I was enjoying my fire with a solid stack of firewood, I decided I wasn't going to lose any sleep over it. When I'm building a fire pit, I like to dig down a few inches and get to bare earth. I thought about digging my ferro rod out to help me maybe recoup some of that bushcraft credibility, but I figured with the CVT rooftop tent and a chainsaw, all was lost anyhow, so I just pulled out my Bic and got the job done. I was lucky as the skies cleared up a bit and the wind died down a little, which made for a nice evening, but things would change come morning. Overnight, the wind picked up and the clouds moved in, and it began to rain. I wanted to get up and hang by the fire and have some coffee and breakfast, so I decided to pitch my Whelen lean. I tied my high line to a nearby tree, but I didn't have another tree close enough to tie to. So I made 2 poles and then hammered 2 large stakes into the ground in a crisscross pattern. This gave me a good way to anchor the other side. The knife you have been seeing me use throughout the video is the William Collins Firebug. This knife really surprised me. I really wasn't sure I'd like a skeleton style knife, but the curved blade and easy to carry low profile design has won me over. And this is now my primary knife for utility and camp work. Alright, so we finally kind of got ourselves set up. I should have probably got this all done last night, but it was getting dark and it cleared up pretty nice last night. But anyhow, I'm just going to finally get some coffee going and get something to eat. I'm starving. Breakfast skillet, one of my favorites. You know, truck camping like this, I could bring a lot better food, but I still find myself kind of leaning towards foods that are just super quick and easy to make, just so that I can minimize my cleanup. And quite honestly, I love this breakfast skillet. I'd almost eat it every morning if I could. I hung by the fire most of the day, and the weather just kept getting worse. And since my DSLR isn't waterproof, I finally decided to pack it up. It still was a great outing, and I hope you enjoyed this short little look at it. And if you did, please leave me a like and a comment, and I'll see you guys again outside.